Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going deep into the world of pro tennis.
Okay.
Specifically the Australian Open. Um,
Yeah.
the one with all the crazy upsets and finishes. We're going to be focusing on Madison Keys,
Oh, yeah.
a player who's been around for a bit,
Mm-hmm.
but just achieved something really incredible.
Yeah.
This is going to be a wild one.
What's so fascinating about this is that she really wasn't a favorite going in,
Right.
especially against someone like Aryna Sabalenka,
Sabalenka.
who was,
Going for the three-peat.
a historic three-peat.
Yeah.
So for Keys to pull this off is
Huge.
a total upset, and that's what we're going to unpack here.
Yeah, how she did it, what it means for her career.
Exactly.
And how this kind of shakes things up for women's tennis.
Shakes up the whole landscape.
So let's unpack this upset.
Wow.
Keys won the entire Australian Open.
I know. It's
Not just a match or two, the whole thing.
incredible.
And she wasn't facing pushovers,
Yeah.
No. She was taking on the biggest names.
The best in the world.
What's even crazier
Yeah.
is that this win has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
She's been playing professionally since she was 14.
14 years old.
Like, can you imagine the dedication and focus that takes
It's unbelievable. I mean,
to be in the game that long
to stick with it that long and then reach
and to finally reach
the top of your sport.
yeah, the pinnacle of your sport?
It speaks to her resilience, I think, more than anything.
Absolutely.
Um,
And it really challenges that idea
right.
that women's tennis is a young person's game.
Right.
Keys is 29,
29 years old
the oldest first-time Grand Slam winner
in a decade.
in a decade.
Yeah, it's interesting to compare her to someone like Flavia Pennetta,
Oh, yeah.
who won the U.S. Open in 33.
Right.
I mean, it just shows you there are different paths to
Yeah.
success in this sport.
For sure, an age.
Age isn't necessarily
It's not everything.
the defining factor.
Not at all.
Not at all.
But it wasn't all sunshine and roses.
Oh, no.
Remember the 2023 U.S. Open?
Oh, yeah.
Keys faced Sabalenka in the semifinals.
Right.
And she was in a commanding position.
It was.
But ultimately lost.
I know. It was
Heartbreaking.
heartbreaking to watch.
And she had to face that same opponent
The same opponent.
in the Australian Open final.
Wow. Talk about pressure.
Talk about pressure.
Yeah.
But instead of letting that past defeat haunt her,
Right.
she used it as fuel.
Yeah.
She learned from it. She grew from it.
Incredible.
And she came back stronger than ever.
She did.
That's the kind of mental toughness that
Mhm.
champions are made of.
Champions are made of, for sure. And then on the other side of the coin, Sabalenka's loss adds a whole other layer to this.
Totally.
She's only the third women's world #1.
Wow.
To lose a Grand Slam final
Yeah.
to an opponent ranked outside the top 10
To an opponent ranked outside the top 10.
in the Open era.
That's got to sting a bit.
I would imagine so.
So let's rewind back to that final match.
Okay.
For a second, Sabalenka started off shaky.
She did.
I mean, she was racking up double faults.
Left and right.
Left and right. It was like
Yeah,
the pressure of going for that three-peat
unbelievable.
was just too much.
Too much to handle.
Keys, on the other hand, was playing with this incredible confidence.
Yes.
Remember her first Grand Slam final appearance?
Back in 2017.
Back in 2017?
Uh-huh.
She was visibly nervous
She was.
and ended up losing pretty decisively
Yeah.
to Sloane Stephens.
Right.
This time,
It's like she'd been there before.
yeah,
She was ready.
completely different player.
Yeah, it's remarkable how much she's grown since then.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah.
In this final, she was calm, collected,
Yeah.
and just strategically brilliant. You could see she had done her homework.
Right.
Sabalenka is known for her powerful cross-court forehands,
Yeah.
but Keys kept drawing her into these longer rallies down the line,
Yeah.
disrupting her rhythm,
Wow.
forcing errors.
It was really something to see.
That final set was a nail-biter.
It was.
Back and forth.
Back and forth.
Both players giving it their all. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Oh, I bet.
But in the end, Keys pulled through.
She did.
You know that moment when she clinched that final point?
Yeah.
I swear I got goosebumps.
Oh, yeah.
You could feel the years of hard work,
I bet.
the setbacks, the triumphs,
All of it.
all culminating in that one incredible moment.
It's what it's all about.
And it wasn't just about beating Sabalenka
No, it wasn't.
to get to the final.
Mm-hmm.
Keys had to take down some serious contenders.
She did.
I mean, she beat Iga Swiatek,
Oh, wow.
the world #2 in the semifinals,
Right.
and even saved match points against her.
I forgot about that.
That is a testament to her mental fortitude.
Oh, absolutely.
Hold on, she saved match points against the world number 2.
That's unbelievable.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And let's not forget her wins against Danielle Collins, Aryna Sabalenka,
World number 10.
world number 10, 6th seed.
6th seed, and Aryna Sabalenka,
28th seed.
28th seed.
I mean, come on.
She definitely didn't have an easy path to that trophy.
No, she did not. It's important to remember that
It's huge.
going into the Australian Open, both Keys and Sabalenka
Yeah.
were undefeated in 2025.
Oh, wow.
Sabalenka had won the Brisbane International.
Okay.
Keys took home the title in Adelaide.
Right.
They were both playing at the top of their game.
So this wasn't a fluke.
It wasn't a fluke.
This was a battle of titans.
This was the real deal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to keep talking about this.
Me too.
Okay.
Let's do it. You know what's really interesting
What's that?
is how Keys has evolved as a player.
Oh, yeah.
You know, early in her career, she was known for her power.
Right, like that big serve.
The power serve, aggressive ground strokes.
Yeah.
But over the years,
Hmm.
she's added a lot more variety,
Okay.
tactical awareness.
So much more to her game now.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember watching her a few years back and thinking,
Uh-huh.
wow, this girl hits the ball hard.
She can crush it.
But it felt like something was missing.
Right.
So how has her game changed? Give me
Right.
the details.
You saw it in the final,
Okay.
especially in how she handled Sabalenka's power.
Right, because Sabalenka hits hard too.
Oh, yeah, she's a powerhouse.
Yeah.
But Keys wasn't just trying to overpower her.
Right.
She was playing smart,
Okay.
mixing up her shots,
Yeah.
forcing Sabalenka into uncomfortable positions.
So it's not just about brute force anymore.
Not anymore.
It's about strategy,
Yeah.
placement, and outsmarting your opponent.
Outsmarting your opponent, absolutely.
That makes me wonder if Keys winning at 29,
Yeah.
when she's had time to develop these other skills,
Right.
will change how young players coming up
Interesting.
approach the game.
Yeah.
It's not just about hitting the ball hard.
Right.
It's about being a chess player out there.
It's like a game of chess.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. Keys has become a more complete player,
Yeah.
and that's what allowed her to overcome someone like Sabalenka.
Right, who relies so heavily on power.
Exactly.
Okay, we've talked a lot about Keys,
Yeah,
but I think it's fair to acknowledge Sabalenka too.
of course.
She's been a dominant force in women's tennis.
She has been at the top
Yeah.
for a while.
And she fought hard in that final.
She did.
I mean, I get she was under pressure,
Right.
but honestly, some of those double faults
Yeah.
were unforced errors.
They were.
So do you think she cracked under the pressure?
Oh.
Or is there more to it?
It's probably a combination of factors.
Okay.
The pressure of defending her title,
Yeah,
the weight of expectations,
for sure.
and, Keys' exceptional play.
Of course.
I mean, all those things contributed to Sabalenka's
So those errors.
uncharacteristic errors. Yeah.
Right.
But she's still an incredible athlete
Oh, yeah.
and a top contender.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't be surprised if this loss fuels her fire even more
Oh, yeah, for sure.
for future tournaments.
I'm curious
Yeah.
what you think this win means for the future of women's tennis.
That's a great question.
Is this a sign of things to come?
It's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I think Keys' victory shows that the women's game is wide open right now.
Okay.
We have these established stars
Like Sabalenka?
like Sabalenka and Swiatek,
Right.
but there's also a lot of talented players like Keys
Yeah.
who are ready to challenge them
The challenge for those top spots.
for those top spots for sure.
So you're saying we're in for a wild ride?
I think so.
It's anyone's game now.
It really is.
That's exciting.
It is exciting.
For fans like me,
I agree.
what rivalries are you looking forward to?
Well, the Keys-Sabalenka rivalry
Oh, yeah, for sure.
is definitely one to watch
Okay.
in the coming years. The
Yeah.
matches are always intense
Yeah.
and unpredictable.
For sure. And who knows what other rivalries
Exactly.
might emerge
Right. As younger players
as younger players come up.
continue to rise through the ranks.
The future of women's tennis is
Yeah.
looking bright.
It really is.
It truly is. One thing that really stood out to me about Keys' win
Mm-hmm.
was how gracious she was in victory.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she gave Sabalenka a lot of credit
She did.
and acknowledged how tough the match was.
It was a close one.
Yeah,
It really was.
it was a display of true sportsmanship.
Absolutely.
We need more of that
We do.
in professional sports.
For sure.
Yeah.
Her post-match interview
Yeah.
was just as impressive
Yeah,
as her performance on the court.
it really was.
She spoke about how much this win meant to her.
Yeah.
But she also talked about the journey,
Right.
the challenges, the setbacks.
The lessons learned.
The lessons learned, exactly.
A powerful message for young athletes who are trying to make their mark.
Especially those coming up.
Yeah. She's proof that hard work, dedication, and a positive attitude can take you a long way.
Can take you all the way to the top.
It was inspiring to hear her talk about never giving up on your dreams.
That's right.
Especially after such a tough loss the year before.
Right.
You know, it's a message that resonates far beyond the tennis court.
Far beyond.
But before we get too sentimental,
okay,
I want to touch on something we haven't discussed yet.
Okay, what's that?
The media coverage surrounding this win.
It's been interesting.
Has been interesting.
To say the least.
To say the least. It seems like everyone has an opinion on Keys' big win.
Everyone's talking about it.
It's been fascinating to see how different outlets have framed this story.
Right.
Yeah, some have focused on her underdog status.
Oh, yeah.
Really playing up the she came from nowhere angle.
Right.
Others have emphasized her age.
Yeah.
Portraying her as an inspiration.
As an inspiration for older athletes.
For older athletes.
For sure.
I even saw some commentators talking about the pressure on Sabalenka might have affected her performance.
Oh, yeah.
Valid point, right?
It's a huge factor.
I mean, imagine being a defending champion, going for a historic three-peat.
And chasing a record like that.
That's got to be a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The mental game in tennis is just as important as the physical game.
Yeah?
You know?
Yeah.
The pressure.
The pressure is real.
On a defending champion is immense.
And you have to remember.
Yeah.
Keys wasn't the favorite.
Right.
She was playing with more freedom.
More freedom.
Knowing that even a loss in the final would still be a huge achievement.
Exactly.
It's easy to forget that these athletes are human.
It is.
Yeah.
You know,
other people too.
They have doubts. They feel pressure. They get nervous. Just like the rest of us.
We all do.
And they're doing it all.
On a global stage.
On a global stage with millions of people watching.
With the whole world watching.
That's why Keys' resilience is so impressive.
I agree.
She's had her share of setbacks, disappointments, tough losses.
Yeah.
But she's learned from them, grown from them, come back stronger.
She has.
This Australian Open win is proof of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what does this mean for Madison Keys going forward?
Yeah.
Can she keep this momentum going and win more Grand Slams?
Or
was this a one-time thing?
That is the million-dollar question.
Right.
She's clearly got the talent,
yeah.
the mental toughness, the game to compete
with
the best in the world.
Right.
But standing at the top of women's tennis is so challenging.
It's tough.
It's a week in, week out grind against the fiercest competitors.
It really is a grind.
It is.
It makes you think, what seemingly impossible goal are you capable of achieving if you just keep pushing?
If you just keep going.
I think that's what makes Keys' story so inspiring.
I'd agree.
It's about never giving up.
It's about perseverance, belief.
Belief in yourself, absolutely.
Yeah.
Her win shows us that anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
If you have the dedication, the perseverance, and the belief in yourself.
Powerful message.
Powerful message that resonates far beyond the world of tennis.
Well said. I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
Explored Keys' journey to victory, the significance of her win, wider implications for women's tennis.
For sure.
We've seen how she overcame past demons, defied expectations.
That's her name in tennis history.
And how,
amazing.
As we look to the future, the big question is... will this victory spark a new era
in
women's tennis? Will we see more